When you take a closer look at the most common road problems, such as potholes, cracking, rutting, and shoving, it's generally not the asphalt itself that is to blame. It's the base. However, most common repair methods merely fill in the holes, seal the cracks, or cover it up with an additional layer of asphalt called an overlay. Over time, this accumulation eventually needs to be milled down to make room for yet another overlay. All the while, the real problem of failing or insufficient base is never addressed. So it's just a matter of time, and the holes, cracks, rutting, and shoving reappear in a seemingly never-ending cycle. Eventually, the road may need to be rehabilitated, requiring all of the asphalt and underlying material to be removed, hauled away, and new material to be hauled in, both of which are very costly and time-consuming. Full-depth reclamation, which has been around since the 60s, is simply the process of pulverizing an asphalt surface, along with all of its holes, cracks, and ruts, into a reusable material that is uniformly blended and incorporated into the insufficient or failing base, adding both volume and structure. If even greater stabilization is required, a variety of additives such as gravel, road base, cement, or other stabilizing materials can easily be incorporated. This homogeneous mixture can now be reshaped and, most importantly, recompacted, providing a more stable base. Finally, a new layer of chip seal or asphalt is applied, resulting in a more durable, longer-lasting, and smoother road for a small fraction of the cost of rehabilitation. Full-depth reclamation has been proven to be faster, less expensive, and longer-lasting. Rehabilitation projects that would normally take a week or more can be done in as little as 1 day. Cost savings average 70% or more because of the time saved, as well as from reusing existing materials in place. Best of all, now that you've solved the base problem, not just covered it up, the results will last years longer.
You just run through it one time. You can have people drive across your trench until such time as you got it excavated. It makes a product that you can either get rid of or reuse right there on site. Not just utilities, dig outs. You got a failed pavement, you got to do the same kind of thing. You go in, you chunk it up, you dig it out, zip it, take the material out, base it back in, and you're on your way. The machine itself is very user-friendly. It travels on its own trailer. It's much smaller than the larger grinding machines, and yet it's every bit as utilitarian. Once you've had one, you're never going to want to go away from it again. It's a great company, it's a great machine. These are the guys to work with.
I seen the bigger machines work, and I was skeptical of whether this smaller machine could wind up with the same type of product. And once you see the finished product, there's no difference. This machine will do everything that I've seen the bigger machines do. We could do a half a mile of road, 22-foot road in a 4 or 5 hour period. We had a lot of trouble with potholes, heaving and that type of stuff through the freeze-thaw cycle during the winter. We started grinding roads up and stabilizing them with cement. We've also used the existing asphalt to go in and stabilize the base with it, and that seems to work very well. They seem to last longer than the other methods because we're reinforcing the base as well as resurfacing it. So basically just showed them that 2 or 3 years we felt we'd save enough money to pay for the machine, and by buying it this year and cutting back on what we can do this year, we're probably going to be able to double what we would be able to do next year and the following years. We did some work for the PUD a couple weeks ago. They were replacing the line in a road I was going to grind up anyway. Our crew starts at 6:30. We were up there, started grinding close to 7. By 8 o'clock we had all the grinding done that they had marked out for us. Their crews hadn't even come to work yet because they were going to come up there and watch it. We were loading the machine up before anybody got up there, and they couldn't believe we were done already. And the first thing they asked me, can we use the material for backfilling? I said, yes, that's better than anything you can buy, basically. So they were really pleased. Well, if you're not recycling and reusing your material, you're just wasting taxpayers' money. I actually think it's a no-brainer, you know, to use this type of machine.
The average relay is about 1,000 foot long, and it's a 9-foot wide ditch. It would take us 2 days to get it ready for the excavation and the replacement of the water main. With Asphalt Zipper, we're able to grind that in about 2 hours as compared with 2 days, where we're able to recycle the material, which was very impressive to all of my supervisors that were there and watched it. Over the last 8 years, it's proved to be a real benefit because not only the speed of the project, but also we don't have to haul away the asphalt. We're able to recycle it and put it right back in the hole at the end of the project. We're doing about maybe 30 to 40% more using the Asphalt Zipper than we could by other means of removing the asphalt. I can't think of another piece of equipment that has been as beneficial to the water department and keeping our costs down as the Asphalt Zipper.
We did 9 patches like this yesterday, and we'll have just as many to do today, and I feel that we'll get them all done. I know I sound like an advertisement, but I know what we've done in the past, and it has truly saved us time and money. And you only get so many nice days in a year, and this has really worked for us.
Before acquiring the Asphalt Zipper, our main method of removing the asphalt was saw cutting and then digging it out with a backhoe. I had to come out here the day before with a saw and do all the saw cutting, and 2 guys with a full day of labor, 8 hours of labor, to saw cut what we just did today in less than 2 hours with the zipper. With the zipper, you've got an operator and a ground man. The 2 go through, zip up the areas that we're going to pave. Behind them is a digging crew. They prep the hole, the patch area, for the paving crew, which is behind them, and it's just sort of a whole assembly line that we created that we can go through, zip, prep, and patch, and be in and out on a job site in a day and still get the square footage that we strive for, which is anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 square feet a day. In addition to using it for our department, we also will go out ahead of water department, sewer department, stormwater, and zip ditch lines for them. Now with the zipper, we go out, we zip the ditch line, they lay their water pipe, they backfill their ditch, then I come back the next day, run the zipper on both sides of the ditch, recompact it, prep it, pave it, and we're done with the job.
We've solved a lot of problems out there with full depth reclamation and treatments. Generally we'll go out and we'll just grind the affected area, add cement to the surface, use the zipper to remix the patch, and then use a grader generally to roll a patch over and a roller to compact it and lay it back in. This process is a lot easier to do. It's a lot quicker. Where we used to do maybe 2 a day when we were doing dig outs, we can do 10 or 15 of them a day with the zipper. It makes quite a difference.